All right, we're heading into another interesting week on the markets. Some pretty big updates to look forward to, in my opinion, and I'll just cover those real quick. So first off, geopolitical trade tensions, right? We already know the fiasco that's happening with rare earth metals, China's export controls, not buying the soybeans, right? And the U.S. trying to figure out exactly, how we can reach some kind of consensus with China, especially as we know that we have some pretty big tariffs scheduled to hit on November 1st. So will a consensus be reached? We'll see. And then that'll, I think, tell us a lot about just what we can look forward to, in terms of figuring out if we can finally put this tariff stuff to bed once and for all. So that's one thing. Next is the Fed decision on rate cuts. Is largely expected they're going to cut rates by 25 basis points, which will bring them down between 3.75 and 4%. And the most interesting part of this, right, is looking at what this could potentially mean for the future, knowing that the Fed doesn't have access to the normal data it would if the government were open. But given it's shut down, the water is very murky right now. And so it'll be interesting to see what kind of guidance is set regarding, the future in terms of will we continue to cut rates, pause cutting, possibly even raise rates. We don't know, but we'll see. And then next, Mag 7 earnings reports. So we have a lot of big tech earnings reports coming down the pipeline. Companies like Amazon, Google, Meta, Apple, and it's going to give us a deep look into seeing if this AI push is really panning out financially, right? Or is this CapEx potentially, going to waste because it's not producing the ROI we thought it would? And the reason why this is a big deal is because these companies make up a significant weight on the indexes, right? And so if there's earning misses and things like that, that could force, investors to shift a lot of capital into more defensive assets. So it's going to be very interesting to see. But yeah, this ought to be an interesting week. And who knows, right? Depending on how things pan out, it could potentially present us with some opportunities to buy into some dips that we normally may have not gotten access to. So yeah, ought to be an interesting week. So let's see how things pan out. And yeah, that's it. Peace.